Hello. Been a few days. Um, I really only try to do streams when I feel called to do them, I guess. Or just, feel like drawing. Today, instead of drawing, I'm gonna do tarot. Hello. I think I am gonna post this video, like, on my YouTube. So, um, for those who somehow watch this on YouTube, I stream. I will stream these first. And sorry, turning off my phone because it immediately started going off once I pressed play. Um, okay, so today I'm gonna do readings. I'm gonna start with a collective reading and then see how I feel afterwards. To keep reading. It's actually interesting. I watched a reading today say that you should listen to classical music, and I completely forgot about that until I was playing my playlist, my usual chill lo-fi playlist, and one of the songs was a remix of this song, Claire de Lune, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll play that on the stream. And I just find this random, just Spotify classical bangers playlist, and I press shuffle, and this is the first song that plays. So, cool. First synchronicity of the day. Sorry, just setting up, deciding what tarot deck to use. I think I'm gonna stick with the Mermaid Tarot because it is a very positive deck. Sometimes it does tell you what you want to hear, but it's something that you need to hear that pushes you forward. You know, even if it's not quite the truth. This deck, I guess, gets you where you need to be in whatever way that is. In a positive way, so, you know, win-win. Or win-lose-win, you know? Yeah. I remember giving my friend a reading saying something like, it's gonna go so well, everything you want's gonna happen, because there was something really stressful coming up in her life. I used this deck and I told her it's gonna go perfectly, you're gonna meet the perfect person, and it didn't exactly happen. Like, the way it was gonna work didn't happen. She still had to go through this thing that was stressing her out. But now, she is finding joy where she is. Okay. So, let's see if we can... Okay. Alright. So, it is the Aquarius Full Moon in about 2 hours. Sorry, I cannot multitask at all. Okay. It's gonna be the peak of the Aquarius Full Moon in about 2 hours. And I've seen a few videos about the astrology of what's going on, and I think it's really interesting and I want to know more, and I don't know, astrology isn't my spiritual strong suit, I guess. It's more tarot and maybe dreams, I don't know. Still figuring it out. But this whole past few days, all of my motivation, it's not like it's sapped away. But for me, it was kind of like something turned the lights off for a second, where it's like, okay, we're not gonna deal with that. You know, we're gonna do something else today. We're not even like, okay, I can't even stress about things right now. Like, I'm not gonna stream today. I'm just not gonna, you know? And I was like, well, okay, I need to do something. It's still technically like the start of the week. And it is the full moon, so I'm like, let's do some tarot. Let's read this energy. Let's get into this. And depending on how much the collective needs to hear will depend on, depend if I'm ready to do just, you know, what you guys need to hear. Sorry, I feel like I'm stalling a little. Have I been saying anything of value lately? I don't know. So I'm shuffling the Mermaid Tarot. The Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson. So this full moon So I'm gonna try to just channel while I shuffle. This full moon, in my town, a lot of crazy stuff's been happening. Just people are not focused. People are just crashing their cars everywhere. Literally, there are so many car crashes in the past 2 days. It's been really crazy. And just people driving really strangely, people acting really weird. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. As a person who has Aquarius in my chart, I don't know. Aquarius is always hard to pin down as an energy. Okay, so collective reading. I ask all of our guides and angels protect us while I give this reading, while we receive this reading, and make sure we have and get the information we need. Make sure I share the information I need to share. And make sure it's all good vibes. I hear tarot readers do that, you know, like a little prayer beforehand, and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. That really, you know, saves all the bases, you know, covers all your bases. And I'm like, keep the vibes good? Thank you? I don't know. I always do shit freestyle. I don't have a script. I don't know. I think I should. But anyway, cards, you can come out at any minute. What do we need to hear? What do we need to hear? That is most of the deck. What do we need to hear today? As a collective, these are flipping out now. I'm thinking I will do like a musical shuffle. Get some messages with music at some point also. Okay, there's definitely a card that wants to. Okay. You're sneaky. You are not the one. Okay. These two are together. Okay. Alright, one more card. Who wanted to come out? For the collective reading. Who had something to say? There you are. Ooh! Interesting. Okay. The Emperor just was like, alright, let's get this started. Okay. So we have I guess this is the way I'm gonna set this up. I don't follow any there he is. Patterns. I just put them on my desk, and if that's how they want to sit, that's how they want to sit. Maybe it'll get more organized as I continue to do tarot, but I kinda doubt it. Page of Wands. Sorry, the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands, followed by the Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, and then the two cards that were being sneaky. Interesting. Ten of Wands. Like this one just kind of slipped out, like it slid out. And it just felt kind of like it was pushing itself into the reading. It wasn't really a part of the main group. And the Five of Cups. So there's some kind of... and 5. Some kind of... ugh. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so this is how it The Emperor's the last card that came out. The one that really wanted was like, hey, hold on. Don't forget about me. I'm part of this. Okay. So, collective message. These wands are a symbol of focus to me. You can ignore the cards down here. King of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Emperor. Hello, Cake Digger. Welcome to the collective reading. Sorry, I might need to sorry, I might need to, because I get easily distracted, so like hold on. This, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm still figuring out how to stream. It's been like 4 months or whatever, but okay. Seven of Pentacles. Teamwork. What are you trying to say? Okay. It's like there was this inspiration that you prayed for. Like maybe there was an inspiration. There was something where you're like, I have an idea and I want to implement it. And I know how to implement it, but there's like certain aspects you needed to pray for. And you worked together with your spirit guides, whether this was actual or on the 5D, like your higher self worked with your spirit guides to set this up, make it happen in the real world. Like if the child is you, because you're a growing human and not yet you're a complete spirit, but you know, you're not dead yet. You're not your complete entire timeline yet. So they're like, all right, you know, you asked for a blessing and here you go. So this is sneaking around. Are you even relevant? I will see. I will see how I feel after the collective readings, if I will do individual. It depends on how useful this reading will be. So far it's a bit, I don't know, incomplete? Like there's something about enjoying teamwork. Maybe it's just reach out to your guides. Reach out to your guides and enjoy the teamwork. I don't know where that came from. Enjoy the teamwork. Enjoy the teamwork. And something about like just feel abundant feels like such a cliche, incomplete message. And the Emperor's here. Can I get more clarity on this? I might have to start doing individual just because this feels so vague. This feels so vague. Maybe personal readings will be helpful to the collective, I don't know. Enjoy working together with your spirit guides. 8 of Swords. I guess the issue, because, you know, people don't go to readings because they're having a good time. People go to readings because they need help. There's a feeling of feeling trapped. Like, you're working together with your guides, but you're like, wait, I'm trapped. And it's like, I mean, you're not. You're not. Maybe you're burnt out, maybe you're tired, maybe you're sad about the past or whatever. But he's like, no, just enjoy working with your spirit guides. You know, watch it come in, watch it grow. Just watch it grow, watch it come in. You had the idea, you implemented it, you're watching it grow. You know, you're not tied to anything. you're not stuck in the field. You're like, you're out there to watch it grow. You know, so stop overworking it. Don't overwork the field, you know. Is that it? I always want a more exciting reading. I don't know. I guess the people who watch this are just constantly burning themselves out. Like, come on. Come on, guys. Go play a video game. I don't know. You know, because how my energy's picked up on the past couple days is very much like, okay, you guys can freak out about that. I'm gonna go do this, because I'm just, it's not even, that's just not where I am, so, so, I don't know. I don't know. Is that it? Is that it for the collective reading? Stop stressing, stop burning out. It feels so simple, I don't know. It feels a little simple. 6 of Wands. Where did I hear this song? Victory. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're already victorious, but you're like holding on to this. Like, overworked, trapped, have to be sad, like, that's so capitalist of you. I'm kidding. Anyway. I guess that's it for the individual, for the collective. So, since we are all people, and people want individual readings, in a sense, I feel like if I stream the individual readings, it can still apply to you, even if you're a future reader and you didn't catch this live. Maybe someone's gonna ask a question that you want answered also. And maybe me focusing on a specific person will help me focus on multiple people. Kind of like how writing a book works. You don't make a vague character, you make a specific character. That way people can relate to it. So, Cake Digger, you still there? Because if not, that'd be understandable. Gather cards. Because if you are there, here, let me update my stream. Oh, my cat is now screaming outside my door. She's fine. She's just announcing that she was in the garage. Okay, what was I gonna do? About... Please load. Swear to God. Live tarot reading, that's what it was. Copy. So not art. Okay. Live tarot reading. Tarot cards. Tarot reading. I am drinking coffee, so I'm gonna keep that cozy. It might not be, but it will be chill vibes. Tarot reader. Yep, okay. Do. We are updated. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna hang out, see if anything interesting happens. If nothing interesting happens in this stream, I might not post it. But if we get a good reading out there, then I might post it. So I guess I'll just keep pulling cards until something happens. Got the strength. Just thinking about the full moon. What's the vibe of the full moon? Whoa. What happened to your cake? I mean, that was 5 minutes ago. No, it's fine. My vibes have been a bit strange with this full moon. Strength. And 8 of Swords. Yeah, it feels a little agitated, like trapped. Like a wild animal that's... This is loud, hold on. Like imagine a wild animal feeling a little tied up. It'll be a little chaotic in there. That's kind of the energy, at least how I'm picking up on this full moon. Because with the 8 of Swords, with this deck, so the 8 of Swords is pretty classic. It's just a woman who's... She's actually pretty tied up in this deck, in the Mermaid Tarot. Like, I don't know how she's gonna get out of that, really. But, with the Strength card in this deck, it's a mermaid saving a whale. And it feels like... Oh, so she's saving it. But there's something about an animal, or a creature, or someone, or something that is not supposed to be trapped. Feels trapped. And that kind of is the energy. Like, for me it shows up as like an agitation and avoidance. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't have the patience for feeling trapped, so I use escapism. Whereas it feels like with the collective reading, it felt more like, sad. Like, I get kind of, like, defensive. Whereas others might be like, oh no, I'm trapped. What do I do? Hope is lost, kind of feeling. Yeah. It does feel like a woe is me feeling, you know? I'm drinking down this coffee. It's good. Okay. Which I guess, I don't know. What I know of Aquarius energy... Actually, that might make sense, because Aquarius is very known to be out of the box, very... you can't trap this, my mind is everywhere, you know? It's very, whimsical, I guess? What's the right way to say it? It's like an alien, you know, they say that. Aquarius energy is like alien. Like being an alien, like new ideas, like, why didn't we think of this? And it's like such a crazy idea. And it being the age of Aquarius, since we're kind of new, it's not like we're free yet. You know, there's still a lot of issues, society-wise, that make us feel trapped, overworked, all of that. So for the free running around Aquarius energy, it feels like a caged animal. Like, it's being treated like an animal. It's being, you know, this wild thing, this unruly thing, and it makes you feel 8 of Swords. So that is the energy I've been picking up on. Yeah. So what's the solution then? Well, not solution, but how do we work with it as opposed to against it? How do we work with this energy to feel free, to feel, hello! Welcome! Welcome, welcome. So I am doing readings. If you want, like, a really long, in-depth one, because I have in my about, I'm trying to, you know, make my way in the tarot community, you know? So if you just, what did I say? What were my rules? I need to remember these things. Yeah, like a simple 3-card pull is cool. If you want to, you can check out my coffee if you wish, if you feel like I said something meaningful. I'll pull you 3 cards, no worries. But if you wanted like a really in-depth focus, like 30-minute reading, my needs some specific focus on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm figuring it out. We'll see what works. But if you just want a 3-card reading, hello, hi, nice to meet you. I'm WitchHazelRose. You can call me any one of those names. It's whatever. How are ya? What does the exclamation point join mean? I really should probably watch Twitch more often. I don't. I watch a lot of YouTube. I can go live in YouTube, can't I? Maybe I should be doing that. I don't know. Did you seriously just fall into her? It was the death card though, so that's funny. Okay, alright, well, while you decide, I'm gonna continue. So how do we work with the Aquarius Full Moon? How do we work with it? How do we work with this energy? Mysterious. So, it's the 9 of Pentacles. Is the 9? It is. I'm learning how to count today. So that's really interesting. So obviously it's, you know, it's the woman out here in her garden watching her things grow. She's like, isn't this beautiful? I have everything I need. In this deck, I think it's really cool. It's, so with the Mermaid Tarot, it's, it looks like a mermaid peeking out of a well. Like in a dark forest. She looks a little spooky, it looks a little eerie, but she looks like where she belongs. Like, she looks like an ethereal forest creature. And she looks like a magical mermaid in a well. Like, it's really interesting. Like a comfy little forest jacuzzi. Sounds nice. Anyway, that's the vibe. How to work with this is what I did say earlier. Just feel abundant, which is losing its meaning. So, how do I say it? 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. Ugh. 9. 8, 8. So how do you feel abundant when you feel trapped? That's really the question. How do you feel safe and secure when you feel trapped? It's trusting the universe, trusting your guides. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we know that. But how can we do that when we feel trapped? Don't feel trapped. Okay. I'm spacing out again. Looking at, I have a corkboard full of random stuff in front of me, and one of those things is a ticket stub for the Matrix 4 movie. So, when you know you're in a Matrix, how do you feel free? That's the question, because it's not just, you can't just escapism it. You can't just be like, well, if I pretend I'm free, then I'm free. No, that's how jail people try to deal with being in jail. And you still know you're in jail because you're literally not hallucinating. Cause like, even if you try, and even if you get yourself to feel better, you're like, yeah, but I still know, you know, it's, even if I forget momentarily, there's still parts of my brain that knows I'm trapped, quote unquote. But that's a state of mind. Free your mind. Oh, that video was so funny. Okay. Free your mind, but like, for real. Not escapism, not avoidance. Actually free your mind. How do you actually free your mind? In a real way. In a healthy way. In a healthy way. A lot of people run to drugs, alcohol, but that's a momentary chemical high, you know? It's not actual freedom. That's escapism. That's illusion. So, those can be fun, and if you're like, man, I just had a hard day, I just want to party, hell yeah, do that. That might help. But what are you doing to party? Because I guess we'll just walk through it. What are you doing to party? Drinking by yourself in your room? I mean, if you're introverted, maybe. But maybe you're a person who really needs a walk out in nature. Maybe you're a person who really needs to socialize with friends or create something. Maybe start a new art form. What I meant was like something you've never tried before, but maybe start a whole new art form that somebody hasn't thought of. You know, like that chocolate guy, nobody was really doing that before him. That chocolate guy is like the #1 chocolate sculpture guy, you know what I'm talking about? Maybe make sculptures out of plant matter, I don't know. You know, sculptures that disappear after a while. Like the chocolate. Sometimes art is momentary, and that's beautiful. It's a metaphor for our lives. Because that's... If you are a person who's caught up in the whole we're in a matrix thing, it's not that this is all not real. It's just that what you think is real, you know, this table, it's as real as it needs to be in order to facilitate the actual real things. You know, money is a long topic. I don't know why I'd get into that. But the real things in life are the you know, the things that make this life a journey and not a destination, you know? Just go watch the Barbie movie. Like, what am I talking about? Just go watch the Barbie movie. Yeah. If you feel trapped today, go watch Barbie. That's actually exactly... I swear, every time something's going on astrologically, there's a movie that's perfect for what's happening. Like when Guardians 3 came out, that was perfect for that vibe. Barbie is perfect for this vibe. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, but it might be a darker version of Barbie, I don't know. But I do want to see that. But that's kind of how I don't know, that's how I get messages, is through movies, through media, through stories that people tell. Because it's very much like tarot, just with more colors and people involved. I mean, really. We're all channeling. We're all telling stories to each other. We're all figuring out something deeper within ourselves and the universe at whole. And that's what storytelling is. So, go watch those silly cartoons, because they have a message for you. Is anybody there in the chat? I'm open to do little readings. Little 3-card readings for you. If you want a little 3-card... Maybe I'll just make up people. You know what? Maybe I'll just make up people right now. That could be a thing. Alright. Imaginary person number 1. Because after all, When you make up a character, somebody out there is gonna relate to it. You know? I have a theory that that's the first step in how a soul is made, is you make a character, and then people believe in that character so much that it becomes like a ghost, and then from a ghost it says, hey, I'm ready for a body, and then it becomes a person. I think that's how souls are made. Like, that's my theory. We all make souls. That's what is it egregore? Egregores are baby souls. They're fetuses, essentially. So if you have a thought, congratulations, you're now a parent. Go watch the Barbie movie, okay? Alright. A little sippy. Okay, imaginary person. What's your question? What would you ask? What question needs to be answered? Oh. No, that's sad, but okay. Someone's asking about the health of something or someone. Maybe someone they're taking care of, whether it's a person or an animal. The health of something, maybe even themselves, or like just a part of themselves, or maybe even a plant. They're like, I just want to make sure this plant grows. Maybe they sell plants, and they're like, maybe they take care of bonsai trees, and they just really care about it. So the health of something, the growth of something. Okay, what's the health? It feels like something they take care of. Like if it's someone who is sick, if it's someone who's older than them, or a parent, or someone who's younger, maybe a baby's sick, something like that. Maybe it's up for a baby. Oh, sad. Okay. Not sad, because healing energy only. Okay. 3-card reading on the health of something. What's the health feeling for that? Oh, this is gonna make me sad. I just make myself cry on stream. Oh, okay. Which if someone out there watching this is relating to this, don't take my laughter as callousness. This is how I deal with things. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, well, it's a lot of water cards, but it's literally the Mermaid Tarot. Okay, this is a good sign, though. So, the cards that came out was Temperance. This one was the last one that came out, so hold on. Temperance, 5 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So it is a lot of water. So there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of... I don't even want to say stress, because it's not like frustration, it's just like... How is it gonna go? Because maybe it's like you've tried 3 things, you've tried multiple things, and you're like, anything I try is not really helping, or it's not helping as much as I wish it would, or, you know, we're trying the medicine, but it takes 3 weeks to see if it works, something like that. Something where it's like, we just have to hope, and that's so... Ugh. But, we have the Queen of Cups, and Temperance. And this is very compassionate, very loving energy. And it does, I mean, with the angel, it does feel like they're being watched over. Like, they're not being ignored. Like, they're being focused on. And with the water, like, this is supposed to be like... I'm thinking of the star with the healers, but, like, they're balancing the cups. Like, they're like... It's like they're doing measurements. Like, as if the angel's making medicine. It also kind of looks like a little... One of those little light stethoscope thingies on their head, so that's interesting. But yeah, in this deck, it's just 2 mermaids, looking all magical ladies. They look focused, like they know what they're doing. Like the queen is very loving, watchful, caring, motherly, emotionally there. It's kind of like you're doing what you can. You're there. In this deck, the 5 of Cups, it shows a mermaid hugging a seal who I think might be sick. And she looks distressed and sad. Hello, welcome to the chat. I'm doing little. So technically, they are. I mean, so I was doing 3 card pulls, and if you feel inclined, you can donate to my coffee. But that's if the reading is to your liking and you feel like you gained something. So free or not, it's kind of up to you. Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm still kind of new to the whole thing, so sure. I'll put my foot down at some point. Depends how tired these make me. But anyway, it's kind of like you're doing what you can. You need to emotionally be there, and the angels are working on it. It's not just saying, "Oh, have faith," because it's hard. You just have to be there for that person, for that being, for the, you know. Just make sure to, I don't know, be nice to them. I guess when it comes to taking care of a tree, just keep watering it, you know? Make sure you're watering it the right amount, measuring it, making sure the vitamins it needs is correct. Stuff like that. Yeah. Keep the balance. Like, don't overfeed, don't overdo it, just stay there, keep it measured. Keep it measured. Keep the joy and happiness boundless, but, you know, the actual medicine and physical care, keep that balanced. I love some MILFs. Okay, I'm gonna call you MILFs, because that's the funniest part of your name. Are you still there? And do you have a question? Would you like me to pull 3 cards for you? MILFs, are you there? MILFs, can you hear me? Y'all are so funny. You come in. Hey, you doing readings? Yeah, give me a sec. Okay. Because if you disappeared, I'm gonna pretend that you asked a question and do another one of those fake ones. Okay. So, oh my god, streaming is so difficult. Okay. I mean, are there a lot of people out there giving free readings? Because I do, like, the collective readings I understand to be free because you're like, you know, just let's get that message out there. But when it comes to personal readings and like moving energy between 2 people, like, it's one thing for the universe to be like, hey, go say something, versus, hey, I'd like to have some information from you. There kind of needs to be a movement of energy, and that doesn't mean, like, give me money, per se. But in this universe, yes. Because it is a symbol of abundance, it is a symbol of energy, it is the flow, you know? Pouring from an empty cup, as they say, you know? Yeah. It's energy exchange, you know? That's what I'm saying. Well, I guess they're gone. Okay, I guess I did think that there would just be a lot of people clamoring for readings. Not just, hey, you do reading? And then just, you know, the echo sound of them being cut off and disappearing. I hope that made sense. Doing that little sad reading did make me a little tired, so I hope that got to somebody. I hope hope you're okay. Is there any other questions rattling out in the universe? Who will find the stream? Because the universe will call you to where you need to be. A couple people have found their way to this stream somehow. Who needed to be there at that time. So, okay. Who else has a question? I don't know. Something about MILF's question I feel like was gonna be... Maybe it would have been a normal question, but the message they would have expected... I feel like it wouldn't have been what they wanted anyway. I don't know. I'm just getting that feeling. Okay. So, question. What question out there needs to be answered, universe? Ugh. The world popped out and it annoyed me because it felt like someone was like, I just want to know about the state of the world. It's true, I was gonna say, watch the news, but no, don't do that. State of the world. Ooh, like aliens? My fucking Aquarius. I'm not even an Aquarius, but I got Aquarius all up in my chart. And it just wants to talk about aliens, you know? And it's making me lose focus, sorry. Hold on. What actual question is there? Question is there? I'm like making up people in my head. There's someone out there who wants to ask a question, but they're shy about it. And they're like, no, it's not worth asking, but like they're the only one who has a question that I'm apparently being called to answer. So, what's your question? It's so ridiculous. It's funny. But that's how my brain is. Like, claircognizance is my main bit. My main, clair. Sometimes I'll write things. Maybe I'm just manifesting it. Like, I'll write stories, I'll write characters, I'll create characters in my head, and then I'll meet someone who says and does the exact thing that the person I made did, and I'm like, okay. Weirdo. There was one guy, I swear I made him in a lab. I even described one of my characters to him and he's like, oh wow, that's just like me, and I'm like, I know. That was so funny. Hope he's good. Sorry, is that a tangent or is that relevant? This person does have a question about the state of the world, but like, their country maybe? Ugh. It's so much coming, not so much like, oh, it's so... I feel like not the right person to answer that. But I guess I just gotta... Maybe specifically their hometown. Maybe there's something going on in their hometown. I don't know if they're in a country where there's issue, government-wise, or if it's even a town in America, and like there's recent bills passing and they're like, it's fucked up, it's not good for me, it's not good for my friends, it's not good for my family. Um, there's something like that. Or maybe it is war related and there's like, you know, are we gonna be okay? But some kind of battle that's outside the town coming in. That's like, you have no business to cause the issue here, but we know how people are. We know how laws are. We know how war is. Are we safe? Are we going to be okay? Are we going to survive? Okay. Sorry. It's so I'm the kind of person who's like, can we just be in utopia already? Can we like be done with this? I'm annoyed by the horrible atrocities that humans commit. Like, I'm bored of it. Like, can we like stop? I'm so annoying. Okay, so are the people you care about gonna be okay? Is everything going to be okay? Too many comments. This is very intense. Again, if I make jokes, it is coping mechanism. It is not how I actually feel. Like, it is, if I let myself, alright, final card. What do we need? Are they going to be okay? Interesting. I mean, the differences between these readings was so stark. Okay, so big energies, because we have multiple major arcana in just our 3-card pull. We have the Hanged Man and the Tower and the Page of Swords. Jesus. Okay. So with the Hanged Man, it does talk about perspective shift. New perspective. The Tower. The Tower isn't always bad. I mean, it's not usually bad. It's about washing away the old in order to make room for the new. But it can be a bit jarring. And the Page of Swords, it talks about learning a new truth. You kind of need to be careful with it. Like, that's not a toy. Like, he's learning how to use the sword, but like, it's gotta take it seriously. It's not a toy. It's electronic communications, aloof, objective, grace, diplomatic, discerning, a great negotiator. I feel like it's someone learning to be a great negotiator. Like, it's like learning a new truth that could be dangerous if you don't know how to use it right, or extremely helpful and save everybody. You know, it's so with the Hanged Man and the Tower. I mean, these two people are jumping out and looking at the world in a new way. Maybe trying to figure if this tower came before or after. Like, there's going to be a perspective shift, or after a law passed, your perspective on the world was like, well, this is not what this is terrible. What? I need to study this for a second. It does feel like a very broad message. Like, it kind of feels like this, whatever's happening, is just kind of energetically necessary. Not like necessary, but like, that's how the cookie crumbles, kind of a way. Like, that's how the bricks are falling into place. Is this was already predestined to happen. It's not really a surprise. Maybe it's a surprise to you, and maybe to most people. But there's something where it's like, nah, this was in the works for a long time. Maybe not even by people, but just by the universe. Like, okay, so this had to happen in order for this to happen, blah, blah, blah. So this is going to happen. So if that's what's stressing you out, like, how could this happen? It was just, this is how the energies have shaken out. So you don't need to be worried that, like, oh no, we're on the wrong timeline, because no, this is the right one. This bull was rolling down that hill years ago, you know? If that is something that stressed you out. If you're like, nah, we saw this coming, use that knowledge to keep it together? I don't know. Like, try not to worry so much that it happened, that it's happening. Worry more about what happens next. Like, that's when it comes to, like, the laws, and because, like, if it is a law that's, like, a problem that's, like, not helpful to people, that will only cause more damage, then people will eventually figure that out and change it back, or change it again, you know? Because it's made by people. Things that are made by people can be changed by people, so there's never hope lost, ever, because the only constant is change. That's what this reading is. The only constant is change. The only constant is changing perspective, moving around, figuring out what works. And if it's a law that's not stable, it can't stay. Like, it just can't. And it might take time. If you want things to move fast, people move slowly. But better, surely, always. Even if people get hurt, like, people got hurt a lot. People get hurt a lot. That sucks. But people are getting hurt less, to the point where one person gets hurt and we all lose our minds. That's progress. It's progress. Anyway, that's big scale stuff. Small scale stuff. It is about perspective. Like, I feel like if you know how to protect yourself, you'll be fine. If you're actually in, like, a dangerous place, I suggest leaving. You know, I don't know. Like, I can't. There are limits to what I can tell you to do. Like, what you need to do is educate yourself in what you need to know in order to protect yourself and others. Knowledge will only make you stronger. Always, like, that, just always. That's always the truth. Knowledge will only ever make you stronger. Yeah. Just, that should be everyone's baseline knowledge, is that knowledge will only ever make you stronger. If someone's withholding information, that's a bleeding red flag. Bleeding red flag. Yeah. It's difficult to have faith in humanity right now. I get that. But it's, if you look at the scale of humanity within the past couple of months, it's easy to feel hopeless. If you look at it in the scope of 100 years, it's really hopeful. Like, imagine where we were 100 years ago in America, in any other country. We're better. We're better than just 100 years ago. And 100 years is not that long ago. It is to us as, like, people who live only 100 years or so, less, usually less. But 200 years ago, we were even worse, you know? We're definitely progressing. Like, those who are like, man, we're just getting worse. It's like, how can you even, like, do you remember? Did you go to history class? Anyway. But people have issues, you know, when we have something new, there's always friction. No, nothing can be easy, ever. You know, someone makes a new healing cure, and there's 80 people who are like, 80 people, 80%, 50%, I don't know. There's a percentage of people that are like, that's poison that will kill you. Because they don't believe it. People are not trusting. People are suspicious, and that's just how we learn, you know? Unga bunga brain goes, what is that? What is that? Poke. Is it, it's gonna kill me, what is it, you know? And then you find out, oh, it's fire. I can cook food and make delicious things with it. It's unga bunga brain. You just gotta have faith. Give it time. Keep yourself safe. Be smarter. Be smarter than the issues. Be smarter than the issues. And you'll be fine. Educate yourself. Page of Swords. Swords, all about knowledge. Be wit. Have the wit. You're smarter than the people causing the issue. That's good. That's a good thing. Cool. That's pretty good. I think that was pretty good. I don't even need people to ask me questions. I'm just giving out this. I'm just giving out advice for free. Okay. Gather cards. Maybe that's what I should do. It's like, yes, on the replay. Yes, I do give free readings. If you watch it in the replay. Maybe I'll put that in my description or something. Okay, so what's another question for a 3-card reading? Let's see. Everything's a sign. Everything's a drum. Everything's a message. Every word spoken and every word not spoken is a message. Got a gross vibe. Who's asking that question? Who said that? Okay. New question. New vibe. Restart. Restart. What do we got? What do we got? Ugh, that's so vague. I don't like that question. Because I don't know. This is something. I feel like sometimes when I am asked questions when it comes to tarot, it does feel like they're asking, but they're avoiding by asking that question. Like, there's something they're avoiding by asking that question. Like, I got this image, so as I was trying to focus on, like, what's the next question gonna be about, I got this image of, like, I get easily distracted. I got an image of a little light orb coming out of the ground, like floating out, like as if it was the ocean floor. and a light orb came out of the rocks and just started floating upwards. And then it came with the question, what is my purpose? And I'm like, ugh, gross. I don't know, something about that question was very, like, you're not asking the right question. Person I've made up who's asking a question. Ugh. Why does it annoy me though? Like, what's the friction? It's not the person's annoying me, or really that the question. It's just there's an agitating energy with it. Like, it's friction against my vibes. What are you actually asking? Oh my god, I can't even decipher my own imaginary people. What is your purpose? Like, what do you mean to ask by that? Like, what you're meant to do? Like, I don't know. This song is also not it. Piano, alright. Purpose. What should I be doing? Like, what should I be practicing? It's one of those things, like, I mean, go watch Soul. You know, what's a purpose? Because I feel like they think a purpose is something, but that's not what a purpose is. So I can't answer that question because you're not asking something. It's like a paradox. Like, it's a glitch. Like, it's like, what is my redacted? Like, I don't know. Like, what are you asking? That's so confusing. That is really difficult. It's making my head hurt. It's like they're struggling for the words. I just got this drop feeling in my stomach. Like, they're struggling with the words. They don't even know what to ask. But there's so much that they, like, I need help. But they don't know what to ask for. And I feel like, ooh, what do they need help with is not the right question to ask either. It's, oh, they're really just having trouble. There's some energy that's really having trouble articulating what they need to ask for. Ugh. How do they even begin to know what to ask for? I'm trying to figure it out as fast as I can. So interesting. Like, just be real. Like, just be. Sorry, it does sound like I'm just talking to myself. I don't care. I'm just gonna be a crazy person on stream, but it's like as if I'm talking to the person. Just be real with yourself. Be authentic with yourself. Like, don't if like, maybe figure out your emotions first. Something about figuring, like, identity. Like, they don't even know who they are. They don't know who they are. So they can't really ask a question about themselves because they don't know who they're asking about. Oh, that's so confusing. How can you not know who you are? You've been here this whole time. Oof. Who am I? Is that your question? Who am I? Oh, you guys. No, but be real. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, well, when you question who you are, it just means you don't know what you're supposed to do. So what is my purpose? And that's normal logic, but it's not actually going to be helpful to you. You just need to know who you are, and who are you? How do you find out who you are? Ooh, I think that's it. How do you find out who you are? Because I can't just tell you who you are, because that doesn't mean anything. That's something you find on your own. Nobody can find that for you. No, if somebody could find it for you, then they're creating you. Like, then they're your god. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way that can happen is if they're literally their creation, and I don't mean like child. I mean like an author creating a character. That's the only way somebody can find out who you are. And that's just not possible. Like, if you're already here, if you're born, then I can't tell you who you are. Even though I'm literally making you up in my head. That's crazy. I'm so crazy for that. Okay. Conceptual stuff. Crazy brain fog. Brain fog? You might have brain fog. Whoever's asking this question. You're dissociating. Understandably. You're like, who am I? How do you find out who you are? How does one find out who you are? Or how would this person find out who they are? What would help kick them in the right direction? And mind you, you made the decision of watching this tarot. So whatever I say, it's a part of your higher self guiding you here. So, I don't have a say. You were guided here. You could have gone to another reading asking the same question and giving different answers. So the fact that you're watching this video means you chose. You have control here. So I'm not creating you. I'm not creating the scenario of how you find out who you are. I'm not the one purely guiding you to who you are. You are doing that by being here, by being born. So don't think that. Whatever I say. I hope I'm making sense. It makes sense to me. Anyway. So, how do you find out who you are? Oh, that immediately flipped out. If this is 3 cards, I would piss myself. No, 2. How do you find out who you are? Is this card helpful? The World card came out, so... But it's not included. It's just becoming a whole person is what we're talking about, so yes, correct. Or maybe traveling. Anyway, how do you find out who you are? 1 card. One more card. How do you find out? How do you figure out who you are? Ooh. Yeah. Oh! I didn't even notice this until just now, but the bottom of the deck was the star in the last reading, and now it's the star again. Magical. Okay, so, the cards that came out was the Sun, the 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, which it's interesting we went this direction. Okay. There are many directions to go. This is the message I'm going to give you, okay? Maybe ask multiple people, readers, yourself. Have multiple dreams about it. I don't that doesn't make sense. But, okay. Anyway. Sorry. Focus. So the Sun. That's a little baby on a horse. In this card, it's a little... I mean, they're kids. Like, they look like maybe 10-year-old mermaids hanging out. There's, like, sun come through the water. There's a bunch of fish. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful card of innocence and joy, childlike wonder. You know, it's going out, having a good time, playing out in the playground. Being a kid. And then this one is, quote-unquote, being an adult. Or what society tries to make you think being an adult is like. It's being anguished by your past. It's being stressed about all the responsibilities. It's about how could that have happened, you know? How could life be this way? You know, it's anguish, the card, suffering, self-sacrifice, you know, the picture of like the army guys protecting the kid. That's who you are to yourself, you know? You're trying to protect your inner child. You want to find out who this kid is. Like, I just want to be back to who I was when I was a child. You're still the same person. You are that kid. The only person that can feel this way is a kid being forced to deal with all this stress. You are that kid. Try it out. It's interesting. In this card, it's the Nine of Swords is depicted by like a woman near a very rocky shore, surrounded by swords, unable to sleep, freaking out, and just below the rocks that she can't see is a siren, possibly calling out to her, but it looks really ghastly, ghostly, scary, crawling up the rocks, like haunting. It's very haunting. Like a child who's haunted will be distressed and unable to sleep, crying out in the night. You know, it's you got some nightmares, bruh. You got some stress that's keeping the kid away from being happy. So what will help ground you, what will help you figure out what the heck is going on, is the Queen of Swords. And her whole thing is boundaries, 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 like, or else. And not or else to you. Boundaries or else to everyone else. And you also need boundaries with yourself, you know? Like, if just focusing on yourself and how you take care of your own life and your own well-being, you need to make sure to set time for healthy foods, vitamins, blah blah blah, exercise, you know, the boring stuff. I'm just kidding. You know, taking care of yourself, setting boundaries and responsibilities to take care of yourself. Like, that kid is still there. That kid still needs its Flintstone gummies. Except now they're adult size. Like, I literally have chewy vitamins because swallowing pills is boring. I have chewy, gummy adult vitamins because it tastes better. You know? I still take my vitamins, and I don't have to suffer about it. So there are compromises you can make to keep yourself healthy. So there's that. But also boundaries of if you are overworking yourself, if you are stressed about something, you have to deal with it. You have to find a way to work through it. You have to set time aside to let your brain have a break. Because you're a human being, you're not a robot. You were born a human being, you'll stay a human being, so you have to take care of that human being. And sometimes it's a lot easier to separate yourself. To separate yourself in a healthy way, compartmentalize. And be like, the inner child in me cannot deal with that right now, so I need to go take a break. Like, I need to take care of myself. If you treat parts of yourself as separate pieces of yourself that you need to take care of, it's kind of easier. I have that same thing where I don't really take care of things unless somebody else is having an issue. Like, I used to have a lot of drama with people where I'm like, yeah, they're kind of weird to me, but it's fine. But the moment that they're weird to, like, one of my friends or someone I care about, I'm like, oh, they're dead. They're so dead. And you kind of need that level of protection of yourself. Always. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. That's the only way you can find who you are, is by allowing yourself to be, and you can't be if you're constantly under attack. If you're constantly stressed, if you're constantly losing sleep, if you're constantly being attacked by others, if you're constantly not taking care of yourself. You know, there's a baby in there. There's a baby in there. And that baby needs mental stimulation. It needs to be talked to. It needs food. It needs to know it's loved and cared for. Because if I don't even know how a baby would react to, nobody loves you, baby. I feel like it would just kind of be like, it would shut down. Like, it would go on autopilot, which is probably what you've been doing. Because a baby doesn't really know boundaries. It can't really be like, well, I deserve this. It's like, oh, my cries aren't being answered. I guess there's no reason to do that then. And then it that's trauma, and that's probably your trauma, whether from family, if they just didn't hear you cry, or they just were like, ah, that's too much crying, I'm not gonna interact. Maybe it'll stop crying if I don't react to a baby crying. And there are boundaries. Like, some people really feed into the whole babies. Hi. Oh, hello. Welcome. People really overprotect the babies and really give a crying kid everything they want. That's also not correct. So it's finding balance. It's finding boundaries with yourself and others. So, boundaries with others. Probably tougher than all the other boundaries you have to set. If somebody's an issue, cut them out. If somebody's an issue, cut them out. Simple. Doesn't sound simple, especially if it's like family or someone you have to see every day or something. Or if it's someone who you're like, no, I care about. It's fine. They're really cool. You really have to be discerning. You really have to take care of that kid. If that kid is uncomfortable around someone, you really have to see the red flags. Your inner child comes first. Always. You taking care of yourself comes first. Always. So the only way you can get to know yourself is by protecting yourself first. And then once you have room to exist, you will. You need to cut room for you to exist, and then you will. Because you do, because you are. You're distressed because you haven't cut enough room for yourself. So forcibly make room for yourself. Yes, you may. And I just finished with this little one. So, hi, welcome. So what I've been doing is doing little 3-card pulls. And if you enjoy the reading or, thought you got something out of it, no pressure, don't have to. But I do have a coffee little link below for little donations. If you wanted something more in-depth and like a full half-hour focused, might need to up the price of it. But anyway. Sort A to Z. Reselection. There we go. Make sure. Okay, so what would you like? 3-card? Would you like a 3-card reading? Or the half hour? I mean, it's still possible too. Okay. So, what is your question? What would you like me to ask? I can, of course, do like just a general 3-card, or if there's something specific you wanted answered. Will we get back? Okay. So the deck I am using is the Mermaid Tarot. It's a very beautiful deck. I do wish I could show it, but I don't have the proper equipment. Okay, let's see. Guides and Angels of Maximus. Ooh, I just got a head rush. Please allow them to hear the message they need to hear. Protect them and me when I get this message. Thank you. Okay. Will maps. Will they get back? Will they get back? I mean, if you want to keep it vague like that, it's totally fine. I'll work with it. But my brain is going back and forth. Do you mean, oh, no, it's fine. I was gonna ask, do you mean will we get back together, or like will we get back to where we were, physically were, emotionally were? But you can reword it. You can reword it if you want. No worries. But yeah, I was getting a little confused this one. So, go ahead. No worries. Let me grab my water. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay. Is it better for maps to hold on and let go? Let go. Please be specific with your answers, and please make sure maps gets what they need to hear. Okay, it's enough shuffling. Got it. Okay. Better for maps to hold on or let go. Just having these 3-card readings. Huh. Alright, okay. Those are the 3 cards. Okay. Okay, the cards that came out are the Tower, 4 of Pentacles, which that is interesting, and Knight of Swords. Where are we? Knight of Swords. Which is an interesting mix of energy. Okay. So with the Mermaid Tarot, the first thing I noticed was each card, so like the Tower has like a really red color. This one, 4 of Pentacles, has a lot of green in it, and this one has a lot of blue in it. So, I don't know if that's relevant. Oh, no worries. It's okay. I think there is a delay since I have the live chat next to me. I think I do see your message right away. It's just when it comes up on stream, it takes a few seconds. So I am getting your text right away. It just might take a few seconds for the words to reach your ears. Okay. Okay. So, is it better to let go? Yeah, I am getting the feeling that, like, even if I were to say hold on or let go, you're gonna hold on. Like, there's nothing I can say to, like, it feels like now there's nothing I can say that make you let go of something, especially when it comes to emotional stuff. If you're emotionally attached to something, you will be. So it's okay. Because with the 4 of Pentacles, it's just a mermaid hanging out, brushing her hair, you know, holding on to her necklace of 4 Pentacles. It feels comfortable. Like, it doesn't feel like holding on is particularly painful to do. Like, it kind of feels like, this is what I do. This is where I go. I hold on. I feel comfortable holding on. when it comes to the Tower, though, and, like, the Knight of Swords, which is, like, it's, like, a lot of chaotic energy running around, like, if this is you, it's just going around, and you're just kind of sitting there, brushing your hair, like, well, it's not great, but, but this is where I am. Yeah, it's kind of like, if you try to get out of this circle, that's when you'll hit a sword, you'll hit a falling brick. Like, that's where it's painful, is if you try to let go. Yeah. Yeah, like you're stuck in this whirlpool. That's not healthy. But it's kinda... let me sit with this for a sec. Is letting go... I guess it depends on what you think letting go means, because you can't... letting go of a person, unless you're getting a literal lobotomy and removing parts of your memory, you can't really let go, especially if you are emotionally attached. So it's not so much should you let it go or hold on, it's more like how is it gonna go? Like, how is it, what's the resolution? It's how is it gonna fall into place? Because behind this mermaid in the Four of Pentacles is a waterfall, and in the Knight of Swords is a wave crashing. So it's kind of all about the natural fall. Like with this, it's gravity. If the building's gonna fall, it's gonna tumble. If the water is going at a slant, it's gonna roll down. If the ocean moves, it's all about the flow and constant movement. The only constant is change. So it's kind of all about the emotional, taking care of your emotional reactions, your emotional state, like making... It almost feels as though, like, you don't really have any control here, you just kind of have to let water fall. And it doesn't... I guess, but that's so unhelpful of me. Essentially, yes. But I guess the advice is, you don't have to stress about forcing yourself to let go, because all that will do is make you more emotionally distressed. Like, if you feel strongly for someone, and, like, you care about who they are, and you care about the outcome of something, then you care, and that's okay. It's okay to care. It's good to care. But there's only so much control over you there's only so much control you have over the situation. The only thing you have control over is yourself. And sometimes that can be tough if they're doing something that you can't, that's not good, you know, that can't stick with you. Because if friends are meant to stay, then they will. Like, it's... yeah. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be distressed. Because towers aren't always bad, and Knight of Swords aren't always crazy. Sometimes it's a healthy change. Sometimes he has a really good motivation to go out and fight. So it kind of depends on your situation, and making sure you take care of your emotional state. Like, as long as you take care of yourself and understand you're not crazy for caring, it will be okay. I don't know your situation, but it does look like a lot of emotional things need to fall out. Maybe y'all just need a good cry. That's always my advice. Have a good cry, see how you feel after. So your cards are the Tower, the Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, I was just making sure I was that they were seen for a second. I thought they weren't up. Yeah, so Tower, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. So, to just dissect what the cards mean. So the Tower is a card about old structures that need to come down. It's about sudden changes. It can be jarring, it can be scary, it can be very tense, unexpected. And then the Four of Pentacles is about like I gotta keep, this is mine, I'm keeping this, you know. It's a little reserved, it's a little untrusting, it's a little mine, you know. It can also be very preserving, like I need to protect this, like this is mine and it is not yours, and these are my boundaries. So it can be positive. And then these all came out upright, by the way. Knight of Swords, this is a knight who is the fastest and most ferocious knight, maybe. Yeah, unexpected. And yeah. With the Knight of Swords, he's very, he's the knight where if you have a leader that says, hey, you need to go out and attack this person, no questions asked, he'll go out and do it. But if it's a good king or queen who are like, you need to go and protect the village, he's like, I got it, and he'll do it. Like, this is the knight with the dogma. He will do whatever he's told. He will be impulsive. He will be just blindly go and be, it's like a, you know, it can be very crazy energy, especially if led by not good intentions. But led with good intentions is a very powerful knight. And yeah, maybe if it is toward protecting the friendship, it's he wants to go out and fight the tower, but there's only so much a man and a horse can do about a falling tower. Which I get, if it is like a falling out, yeah, a literal falling out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's all you need to focus on is making sure you're okay and just ignore the whirlpool around you. I think you need a good cry. Cuz I feel that. Like, I feel that's just human. You know, you're not bad for feeling hurt and wanting to inflict it back and protect yourself cuz you feel attacked. You feel attacked. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. So if you feel attacked, then your responsibility is to protect yourself. And yes, ideally the most healthy way possible. But yeah, I mean, whatever he's going through, whatever he did, you know, he had his own dogmas, he had his own perspectives, and But as for like the future outcome, it really, what's more important is taking care of you right now, you know? Is making sure you feel safe with yourself. Yeah. And then see how you feel afterwards, cuz like depending on this person, maybe they just aren't, maybe they're not as cool as you expected or hoped, or maybe they're just going through a weird time and maybe time will tell, or what, you know. But like, number one is making sure you feel safe with you. Yeah, that's your advice. That's the message. Only thing you can control is yourself. And you're normal for wanting to punch your friends in the face. I feel that 100%. So, you know, don't judge yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. Be nice to yourself. Yeah. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful information to you. No worries. I'm glad you appreciated it. But yeah. Cool beans. Nice. Nice. Good. Love to hear that. Okay. Did anybody else? Oh, 2 viewers. Anybody else in there want reading? Before before the caffeine wears out? Sort. Because what I have been doing, since not a lot of people are around, is making up questions and then answering them. Hopefully on the replay someone will get something out of that. Hey. Fine. This might be my last one unless somebody else shows up and has yeah. Yeah. Okay, the deck is screaming at me now. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Who do I know that's Cancer? Who do I know that's Cancer? From what I do know, Cancers are fairly... I don't want to say sensitive, because that's kind of... what's the word? Prejudice? Stereotyping? Sag is very... We're just here to have a good time. Why are you having an issue right now? Yeah, which... Where is Sagittarius? Yeah. Almost on opposite ends of the zodiac wheel. Okay. Okay, the Mermaid Tarot is trying to tell me something. Sorry, my brain just literally did a reset. It took me a sec. I dissociated for 1 minute. Okay, refresh. Once I started moving on to the next question, all the cards were coming up. 2 of Cups. Knight of Cups. King of Cups. You know, it was very romantic. And I haven't talked about romantic reading yet. So, sorry, my brain is like chopping up. It is like static right now. Hold on, I need to channel into the radio station right now. Might be just general love reading. Like, it feels like whatever question is floating around, it's not like a sad, like, we just broke up, or it feels really hopeful. There's a hopeful question about love. But they feel really confident about it. Almost like they don't even need a reading. They just want to, like, hear about it, like, it's gonna go well. I know. you know, that's the vibe they're looking for by asking about this. The person I'm making up in my head. 6 of Cups. It feels destiny. It feels like destiny to them. And I don't doubt it. They just want a reading about it? I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, I guess. Ultimately. Don't doubt love. Cherish it every moment you have it. And they know that. Oh, I'm getting really lightheaded, so I'm gonna try and make my brain go on autopilot and just let this message come through. But there's a desire for a 3-card pull about romance, about love, about a connection. 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. It feels so full of love and life and abundant and happy. My eyes started twitching. I hope that's not a bad sign. And the Lovers, there you are. Okay, one more shuffle and then I'll start. Okay, so. What's this message about love? What's the message about the love? Give us a little love message. Sing a little love song. Aha. Sorry. Oh. Interesting mix of cards. Okay, so if you had a question about love, or if you're hopeful about love, it does feel super vague. But there's this positive little nugget energy of love. Sorry, I'm trying not to lose focus. I need to focus in. Romance and connection. Ugh. Was this a trick? There's an energy I was trying to avoid, and then it's like, no, a positive love reading. Okay, what do you have to say? And now that it's here, I'm like, it was a trick to get me to talk about this, isn't it? Okay, 4 of Cups. Okay. So, if you have a question about your love life and or your relationship, or just about love in general, or you just want to hear about a love reading, here you go. So, we have the World, the Chariot, and the 4 of Cups. So technically the first card that came out was the Chariot, but it was face down. Didn't see it. The World came out. And then the final card was the 4 of Cups. Okay, so completion of a cycle, things meant to be, everything coming together, the world, the whole universe singing a chorus together as we fly into the sky. It's just, you know, ultimate everything. Everything everywhere all at once. The Chariot is movement. Sometimes it can be a bit, which direction do we go? I don't know, but we're just going. And it might be a bit chaotic. Or if something fast is moving. And then 4 of Cups. Boredom. Sometimes boredom. Sometimes meditation. Sometimes, you know, meditating to allow the gift to flow in energetically. It can be a sad card. In this deck, in the Mermaid deck, the 4 of Cups is interesting. It's depicted by a man on a beach, clearly drunk. Just a bunch of bottles around him. He's got 3 cups. He's holding a bottle of wine or rum or something. He's looking a little sad. Looking a little asleep. And then there's a mermaid in the background who has like another gold cup, and she's like, I'm coming in. I got a cup. She looks hopeful. Like, she's like, hey, my fave drunk human's out here. I'm gonna go give him another cup. He's not drinking out of the cups. He's drinking out of a bottle of wine. I wonder what the story is here. Oh, maybe I should bring out the little descriptor. Because it's almost like the mermaid feels like the rest of the deck. Like, the depiction of this hand feels like everything's coming together, we're moving forward, everything's amazing! And there's just this drunk guy here. you know? But it's good to be positive. I'm not saying, like, sorry, he's a loser. Like, no, it's more like, I don't know. No, that is something I kind of relate to, of, like, people are complicated, right? People are complicated people, and no one's perfect, or everyone is, you know, everyone's perfect. That's the thing, everyone's perfect by being imperfect. And so if someone's going through something and they're, like, not in a good place or whatever, that doesn't detract from their worthiness, who they are, blah blah blah. We know that. But a lot of people don't. And so I'll be like, wow, they're like a real person. Oh, anyway, so, like, even when things are tough and bad, it's still like, wow, you know? It's just, it's great for someone to be there. Because everyone's got issues, and some of them are like, you know, maybe you should leave them be, but some of them are like, hey, you know, that's part of being in a relationship, that's part of being a human being, that's part of caring about another person, is being with them through the tough times. Like, you know, if it's how relationships work, you know. And so whoever this outside hand coming in is just happy to be there, you know, and I think that's a positive thing. So it's a good sign. Whether you identify with this guy, or if you identify with this lady, this is good. Ultimately, even if you don't feel good, or even if you're like, I don't know, is it being appreciated? It's having a positive attitude, or knowing that you're loved. It's all good. Those are good things, and I hope you see that. Anyway, I am gonna read. Oh, what else? What I was gonna say? I was gonna quote New Girl. You know, because, like, to explain this depiction correctly, if you know, there's a scene in New Girl where I think her and Nick are talking, and I think she mentions something like, yeah, there was one time I thought about you romantically, but it was just like one time, and then it flashbacks. There's a flashback to both of them at the bar. Nick was behind the bar, and she was just watching him, and he started, like, he was holding two peanuts together and, like, making them talk to each other, and he was just being silly, and he's just like, he's like, what am I doing? And he just starts crying, and it just turns to Jess, and she's just looking at him smiling like, that's that's the vibe. Oh, if you know a scene, that's the energy of, like, there's this person who's clearly having some kind of existential crisis, and she's just back there like, oh, that's a vibe. Like, oh, that's cute. That's that's the vibe. Anyway, Four of Cups. Four of Cups. What does this deck say about the Four of Cups? Four of Cups. Hum. And it comes with a little story, too. It's cute. Okay. So, from the Mermaid Tarot. Although it may look like the human has spent the night drowning his sorrows, we can't be sure that that's actually what happened. The mermaid behind him gives us a hint at a different story. Perhaps the scene we have stumbled onto in the Four of Cups is more about the emptiness of excess. The young mermaid who only wants to be noticed offers up what she believes the man... Sorry. The young mermaid who only wants to be noticed offers up what she believes the man she has been following wants. The problem is, if the Three of Cups in front of him have failed to bring him any emotional reward, then what is the point of accepting a fourth cup? How can more of the same pull him out of this slump? Perhaps it's not the cups themselves that are the problem, but what is inside them. And if that is the case, then perhaps the mermaid has something very different to offer. But until the man engages his peripheral vision, he may never see her. Instead, she and all she offers will merely be a shadow lurking somewhere in the corner of his eye. Now, if that ain't what I just been saying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you're the mermaid, there's nothing you can do. Keep being yourself. And if you're the guy, somehow you've stumbled here. And that means you're ready to hear it. And that means you're ready to see the mermaid. So, congratulations, you've done it. Yay! So it is very positive love reading. And if you're the mermaid, don't be bummed out, you know. Go watch New Girl. You'll feel better. Just go watch New Girl. If you're like, this is bumming me out, go watch New Girl. Just go do that. Yeah. That's my advice. Okay. Upright. Sometimes... Sorry, I'm still reading. Upright, sometimes getting everything you want doesn't feel like you dreamed it would. Sometimes it is just too much, too overwhelming, and too good to be true. The bigger problem, of course, is that once you're finally manifesting what you want, everyone wants to give you more of the same. Sometimes you have to be very careful what you wish for, because it might just show up. That, but also, wish for more. You know, if you got what you wanted and you're like, great. Huh. Is that it? No, there's more. You can always ask for something else, you know. Once you've manifested something, that's just proof that you can manifest it. And now you can be like, what's my next dream? Go watch New Girl. Go watch Tangled. Yeah. Go watch Chainsaw Man, always. Happy Tuesday, by the way. Even though it didn't come out today. Yeah. Keep it hopeful. Keep it hopeful. Both of you. Keep it hopeful. An empty cup is never an empty cup. Avoidance can only get you so far. Go watch New Girl. I think that's it. Yeah, because if you do identify with this mermaid and the story of, like, I'm doing my best, I'm coming out here and giving everything I can, but it's like, do you know what you're giving? Like, should you be going that direction? Should you be giving that? You know? Are you handing an alcoholic a beverage? You know what I mean? So it's... Stay hopeful. Stay loving. Stay your complete self. Both of you. Become and stay your complete self, and that's, you know, you're human. Just focus on feeling whole. Focus on feeling whole. Yep. And if love is what you're manifesting, then your whole self involves that love, so it exists, so therefore it's coming in, you know? Yep, cool. That's it. That's all. I am tired now. I'm pretty sure the full moon is happening, like, in an hour. Alexa, when's the full moon? No. Alexa, when's the full moon today? Oh, okay. Alright, that hurt my brain. It started 2 hours ago. Welcome. Perfect music for that. Thank you for that. That's really funny. I hope all of these little readings were helpful to those who ponder and find this video later. Yeah. Is it coffee or is it ko-fi? Because it's spelt like lo-fi, but its like symbol is all about coffee. I don't know. But if you like what I'm doing, and you like giving out tips, hi. Yeah. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll feel like drawing. Or I guess it's Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see. My schedule is not... I go with the flow, man. I go with the wind and the water and the sky. So... I mean, I am an earth sign, so I need some kind of structure, but... I don't know how to do that. Anyway, if you like my vibe, follow this stream, follow my YouTube. I don't post a lot. I try to. Whenever I post something worth... I don't post my art there. I don't know. Maybe I should... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, hi! Hi, Athena! I completely forgot that this song was not from Five Nights at Freddy's. I was like, what's going on? I'm good, how are you? Would you possibly want a little 3-card reading? It'll be the last one before I sign off. Cool. Okay. Gather. Okay. So, how are you? And also, what is your question? Alright, cool. Good. General message, what needs to come through. I am using the Mermaid Tarot, which is a very beautiful deck. No, that's fine. That's alright. No worries. Okay. What 3 questions? 3 questions. What 3 cards? Does Sedina need to see? Sida Athena. What does Sida Athena need to see? Interesting. was shuffling, I kept thinking about wine. Okay. So what first came out was the Death card, and then the Four of Cups came out again. And then Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what you need to hear is, because I just keep thinking about the process of wine. And I mean, it could be because in this deck, the Four of Cups is depicted by a dude who was drinking on the beach. Like, it doesn't feel negative. Oh, hello. Hello! Sorry. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Sorry, I don't know, the opera distracts me. Because, yeah, okay, so with the Death card, in this deck, it's depicted by, like, people taking animals out of oily water to clean them. And it looks kind of like a sad sight. And same with the Four of Cups, it's someone, like, looking a little bit drunk on the beach, and a mermaid's trying to give them another cup. But it just, something about it feels fancy. I don't know how to describe that. And with, like, the Page of Coins, it's kind of like the final product. The final product came out. It's like the process of wine making. Something about wine, something about grapes. Maybe the process of vinegar. I recently found out that vinegar's made by wine, or I remembered that. I don't know. It came up in conversation earlier. And it is like a fancy product. It's something about, like, manifesting the process. I don't, and, like, when you stomp on grapes, that's kind of morbid. The depiction's a little morbid. But it's, I don't know. General message. I don't even know if this is making any sense to you. Gotta crush some grapes to make wine. Maybe that's this whole message. You gotta crush some grapes to make wine. Or vinegar. Wine or vinegar. Hello. Nine of Swords, huh? Yeah. But it almost feels like whatever situation this is, it's not gonna be painful to you. Like, you're... Okay, cool. It feels like a process. Like, you know, you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. Whatever process it is that maybe looks distressing, it's actually just, it's all good work. You know, it's, I don't know. I don't know how to put that emotionally, really. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If you keep a perspective of this is just all a part of the process, then you'll get the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is depicted by a kid surrounded by fairies under a waterfall with rainbows. It's like a really beautiful scene. So hopefully that's a good sign for you. Your general message is, it's all a part of the process. Gotta squish a few grapes to make a good wine. Hopefully that's not, I don't know, hopefully there's no darker side to that. Your You're welcome. It's very, very vague. Very, very interesting. I don't know if I can pull any more from that. I feel like I got pretty specific with the other readings. This one feels very specific. It's just like, I don't know the context. I don't know the context, but I hope that was useful. It feels very short, though. Oil rig. There was a mention of an oil rig earlier, because in the death card there's an oil rig in the background. Like, maybe there's something that seems distressing to a lot of people, but it's, like, necessary. All part of the process. And just, like, waiting for it to ferment, waiting for it to mature, waiting for it to form. You squish the grapes, now you gotta do the mix-ins and wait, you know? And then ta-da, wine. Wine, I don't know. Well, okay, yeah, that's what I got from that. Interesting. Very interesting. A new dawn coming in, it's gonna be delicious. Abundant. Join. I really need to watch stream more often, because I don't know what the exclamation point join means. Okay, well, that was probably... So, okay, so yes, it was at the beginning of this video. I did at the beginning of the video. I did a little general reading for the, like, Aquarius Full Moon. Yeah. Yeah. New energies, huh? Okay. I mean, would you like a personal 3-card reading? Because I mean, the general at the very beginning of this was a bit, I don't know, hard to decipher, I guess. But if you wanted something a bit more specific, I can give you a 3-card reading. And if you enjoyed it, and if you feel like you got something out of it, you can give me a little tip, if you so wish. So 3-card? 3-card? Little 3-card? Do a little 3-card for you, Dappy. 3-card Dappy. You will be the last one. And then I will fall asleep. Okay. Movies. Okay. Energies after the full moon. What does Dappy need to know about the energies after the full moon? After today. After just a few short hours. What heads up does Dappy need? Oh, I'm glad. ASMR. What does Dappy need to hear? Cards keep flying everywhere. Keep it contained. One more, keep it contained. 3 cards. Yeah. They sure are. Just tapping into here. Sticking to me. Three cards. Okay, so the three cards that came out are the Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, there it is, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So a lot of pentacle energy, a lot of circles, a lot of wheels a-turning. So, you know, Two of Pentacles, keeping a balance, juggling things, having a lot on your plate, another circle. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles, working on something, honing skills, got a lot of work to do, lots to balance. Wheel of Fortune, keeping it moving, keeping it going, keeping the circles rolling. It's a lot of round and round we go, just keep going, just keep going. I feel like that's the whole message, just keep going. But, yeah. I think that's a really good thing. Like, there's nothing holding anything back. There's no hindrance, there's no block, there's no rock on the road. It's a perfect wheel rolling down a hill. Like, it's nice. Okay, so in this specific, because I'm using the mermaid deck, in this specific deck we have the Two of Pentacles, which is an interesting choice. They decided to do a rabbit standing on a fish as it's juggling two pentacles, and two mermaids are watching it. Like, there's not a lot of outside the ocean creatures in this deck. It's interesting they chose a rabbit, you know? Yeah, I'm trying to... Is this relevant? And then in the next card, the Eight of Pentacles for this deck, it's a forest scene, and it's got a deer, it's got a fox, it's got a frog in it. Like, it looks like a mermaid, trading items, you know, like having a shop kind of a thing. I don't know. Hey, there you go. You are the rabbit. There's no rabbit in the Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like the scenes are almost connected. Like, they're all in the same vicinity. Because it's like, a place with lily pads in this. Cool. Good. It's like all these woodland creatures came together to... It's like it's like, what's it called? A street fair. It's Saturday morning, so everyone comes together to sell their wares, to, like, you know, do something to make money. So that looks like people coming together in order for business to take place. So if you're working on that, it's like things are moving, things are going well, something like that. Like, if whatever your work is, whether you own your own business or you work for somebody or you're just, you know, doing something, it looks like it's going smoothly, or it's going to go smoothly, if that's what you wanted to hear. About... Yeah, the upcoming energy is what we're talking about. It seems like things are gonna go smoothly. Things are gonna roll along smoothly. So it's really positive. A lot of sun shining through the cards, a lot of bright light. Yeah. Nice. Rhythm. Yeah. I don't know, it feels like a fun little fair's going on. Lots of movement, places to go, people to see. Wheel of Fortune, things moving as they're meant to. What goes up must come down, and what's down must go up. It's movement. Yeah. Teamwork, I don't know. Some things coming together. Because of a good work ethic, maybe. Or working together with others, or just having a really good business plan, or the money's coming in smoothly, you know, stuff like that. Smooth working. It feels good. Nothing feels burnt out. It feels like a good balance. You have a good balance coming up. Or now. Yeah. A nice smooth ride. Yeah. I hope it goes smoothly. And if it doesn't, I hope this is what you were meant to hear. So, you know, that's the thing. Tarot tells you what you need to hear. So you're meant to know that things will be smooth. Things will go smoothly. And you will be balanced and work well. That's what you need to know. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad for it. I'm glad it feels accurate. Nice. Yay. You're welcome. I feel accomplished. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, with that, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope all current and future watchers enjoyed and or got something out of it and feel a bit more better? I don't know. I hope you feel better. Hope you feel better after having watched this video. Yes. Yes. Okay. I am going to either take a nap or drink more coffee. I don't know yet. But I'm gonna go. So thank you all for your questions, for hanging out. Just move back to this. Oh, thank you guys for the follow. I didn't notice the things. Thank you guys. Very cool, very cool. Hope you guys have a great full moon. I'll likely be on tomorrow streaming. Or the next, we'll see. Have a great full moon. And if it doesn't feel great, have a great rest through the full moon. Catch you next time. Have a great one. Don't have a good one, have a great one. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Twitter. I really need to move on. From that. Follow my streams, follow my YouTube, I guess. Instagram. Look at all my links. Okay. Ko-fi if you feel like it. Maybe I should just post on Ko-fi? Coffee? I'm gonna call it Ko-fi. Bye. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Bye.